Psalm 2. Why do the heathen rage, and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together, against the Lord, and against his anointed, saying, Let us break their bands asunder, and cast away their cords from us. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath, and vex them in his sore displeasure. Yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. I will declare the decree. The Lord hath said unto me, Thou art my son. This day have I begotten thee. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. Be wise now therefore, O ye kings. Be instructed, ye judges of the earth. Serve the Lord with fear, and rejoice with trembling. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way, when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him. Psalm 2 is a powerful and prophetic chapter of the Bible, often referred to as a messianic psalm because of its connection to Jesus Christ. It reveals profound insights about God's sovereignty, his plan for humanity, and the ultimate victory of his anointed one. Let's explore Psalm 2 verse by verse to understand its meaning and message. Why do the nations conspire and the peoples plot in vain? The kings of the earth rise up and the rulers band together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, Let us break their chains and throw off their shackles. The opening verses describe humanity's rebellion against God. Nations and leaders often resist divine authority, seeking to establish their own power and independence. However, their plots are in vain, for no one can overthrow the sovereignty of God. This reminds us of humanity's tendency to stray from God's path, striving for control and rejecting divine guidance. The one enthroned in heaven laughs. The Lord scoffs at them. He rebukes them in his anger and terrifies them in his wrath, saying, I have installed my king on Zion, my holy mountain. Here we see God's response to human rebellion. He is neither threatened nor moved by humanity's defiance. Instead, he laughs, showing his absolute power and authority. God's declaration that he has installed his king on Zion points to the coming of Jesus Christ, who will rule over all creation with justice and righteousness. I will proclaim the Lord's decree. He said to me, You are my son. Today I have become your father. Ask me, and I will make the nations your inheritance, the ends of the earth your possession. You will break them with a rod of iron. You will dash them to pieces like pottery. These verses highlight the special relationship between God and his anointed one, Jesus Christ. The phrase, You are my son. Today I have become your father is fulfilled in Jesus, as seen in the New Testament. This passage also emphasizes the authority and power given to Christ, who will reign over all nations. Therefore, you kings, be wise. Be warned, you rulers of the earth. Serve the Lord with fear and celebrate his rule with trembling. Kiss his Son, or he will be angry and your way will lead to your destruction, for his wrath can flare up in a moment. Blessed are all who take refuge in him. The psalm concludes with a warning and an invitation. The leaders of the earth are called to submit to God's authority, to serve him with reverence, and to honor his Son. The phrase, kiss his Son, symbolizes an act of submission and allegiance. The final verse offers hope. Blessed are all who take refuge in him. This is a promise of peace, protection, and salvation for those who trust in God. No matter how powerful human rulers may seem, God's authority is absolute. He is in control of history and the destiny of nations. Psalm 2 points to the Messiah, Jesus Christ, who is God's anointed king. His rule will bring justice, peace, and restoration to the world. The psalm invites everyone, including leaders and nations, to submit to God's authority and find refuge in him. Psalm 2 serves as a reminder that God's plans will always prevail. It calls us to trust in his power, submit to his will, and take refuge in his Son, Jesus Christ. As we reflect on this psalm, may it inspire us to live in alignment with God's purpose and to find peace in his sovereign rule.